This is a literature lesson, or not a literature lesson, this is a phonemic awareness lesson, sorry. Phonemic awareness. So we're going to work on our sounds and our letters. So when we finished school last Friday or 2 Fridays ago, we had done the letter G, G. So every letter has a sound, and G says G. G says G. Every letter has a sound, and G says G. So today we're going to do the letter J. So the big J, the uppercase J, the lowercase j. They look quite a bit alike. They have those fish hooks, except for the lowercase has a dot where the uppercase has a hat across the top. All right, so the uppercase J and the lowercase j. And this says J, 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 J. Okay, so if we sang our Old MacDonald song, Old MacDonald had some soup. A-E. Oh, it's been a while since I've done it. Let's try that again. Old MacDonald had some soup. A-E-I-O-U. And in that soup he had some J. A-E-I-O-U. With a J, J here and a J, J there. Here a J, there a J. Everywhere a J, J. Old MacDonald had a farm. J-G-J-Joe-Drew. Wow, Gray, without you here to help me, I forget how it goes. But that's the gist of it. So let's try it one more time so we get that J sound down. Okay? Old MacDonald had some soup. A-E-I-O-U. And in that soup he had a J. A-E-I-O-U. With a J, J here and a J, J there. Here a J, there a J. Everywhere a J, J. Old MacDonald had some soup. J-G-J-Joe Drew. Okay, so the book that goes with J is Jaguar's Jungleberry Jamboree. Have you ever had a jungleberry? Maybe it's kind of like a raspberry, but it grows in the jungle. And a jamboree, a big old party. Sounds like fun to me. Let's have a big old party on our computer coming to you live. All right. Jerry Jaguar loved jam. Jungleberry jam was Jeremy's favorite. Okay, so there's Jeremy the Jaguar, and he lives in the jungle, and he loves jungleberry jam. So what is your favorite jam? At the end of this video, in the post section underneath where you can find your assignments, you could post your answers to me about what's your favorite kind of jam or jelly. Okay, mine is strawberry, especially if my mom makes it. It's the best. Of course, her raspberry is pretty close second. Right, so make sure you post that at the end. What is your favorite kind of jam? And we can kind of see who likes what. Maybe we'll see who has the most, or what kind of jam is the most loved. Jeremy loved jam on toast, jam on pancakes, jam on muffins. He even likes jam on ham, which is really funny because my husband, Dr. Hilton, says that the best kind of bacon biscuits is when you put jelly on the biscuit with the bacon. I don't like that, but when he ate bacon, he doesn't eat it much anymore. He would eat that all the time, and he forgot the rest of us do not like it. It kind of gave it a weird taste, but he liked it. All right, so here you go. The different things that our Jaguar loves his jam on. One day, a terrible thing happened. Jeremy Jaguar, ran out of jam. Look at his jar. Completely empty. He's scraping the last bits out of it. Not a good problem to have. I must pick some jungleberries to make more jam, said Jeremy. Jeremy waited until the first day of July because that's when jungleberries are ripe. So if he picks them before July, they're green, they don't taste good, and they can make you sick. You have to have ripe jungleberries to make jam. All right, so there he is going through the calendar, waiting for July. And notice June and July both start with what letter? J. Are you surprised? I'm not. Jeremy put his jersey on and jumped into his Jeep. He drove through the jungle to a place where those jungleberry trees grow. Soon he saw the trees up ahead. The jungleberries were as bright as jewels. So when you look at this picture, see if you can point to the jungleberries. See if you can find them. Okay, did you find the trees up here all full of red jungleberries? And I'll try and get it closer there so you can see. All right. As Jeremy got closer to the jungleberry tree, he heard jazzy music playing. Jeremy peeked through the bushes. What could it be? "Jumpin' June bug," said Jeremy. "It's a jaguar jamboree." Jaguars from every part of the jungle had come to pick those jungleberries. The jaguars were jumping, the jitterbugs and jiving, and best of all, they were making jam. All right, so there's your jamboree. All of the animals all over the jungle, all the jaguars, not the animals, all the jaguars all over the jungle were there to make jam. Jeremy joined the jamboree. He jumped, he jitterbugged, he jived, he ate jungleberry jam until he thought he would burst. And if you look, I think he gained 100 pounds eating the jungleberry jam right there. When the jamboree was over, Jeremy packed his Jeep with jam jars and drove home. Now, every July, he joins the other jaguars for the jungleberry jamboree. And the jaguar who eats the most jam is always Jeremy. You guessed it. He eats the most every single year. And there he is with his jam all packed up in his Jeep. Hopefully it makes it the whole way home. It looks like it's going to teeter-totter over. All right. So, things that could start with the letter J. All right, I'm going to hold it up, and I'm going to give you a few minutes to see if you can find 4 things that start with the letter J. And when you find them, have your mom write them down for you, okay? And then you can also add that to your post of what's your favorite jam. You can say beside it, how many things start with the letter J. All right, so I'm going to hold this up and see if you can figure out 4 things. And remember, it's not the letter G we're looking for. It's J. All right, and if you didn't have a chance to find all 4 while the picture was up, you could freeze it on pause and look at it. All right, so that's our letter J book. The J cheer, let's not forget our cheer. J is for jaguars jumping high. Hey, you could practice jumping high for me. J is for jam, Jeep, and July. J is for jungle, jug, jar, and jeans. Do you have on jeans today, or did you come to school in your pajamas? I hear a lot of people are doing that. J is for juice and for jelly beans. Hooray for J, the big and the small. Don't forget, you have an uppercase and a lowercase j. The jazziest, jolliest letter of them all. So God gave us J for jellies and jam. So make sure you tell me in the comment post underneath your assignment there. Your parents can help you to type in the favorite kind of jam you had and the 4 J things that you found on our book here. And remember, if you didn't have a chance to see it, you can always rewind and freeze it while you figure out what those J sounds were. All right, let's do. Every letter had a sound and J says J. Every letter has a sound and J says J. J says J. Every letter has a sound and J says J. Now, at school, normally on Wednesday, I would tell you show and tell is the letter J. Well, since we're not going to meet at school, I come up with a new plan that I think is going to be so much fun. So on Friday, for the phonics lesson, we're going to do a live Zoom class, and I'll send your parents out information about how to get on it. And in fact, we'll probably parents do a practice run where I can get on with you guys and you can see how it works, and then we can kind of have a session on making sure everything's going all right, and do you have any questions about the classes that I'm posting and how you can do them and how your kids are doing. And then on Friday we'll have a live session with the kids so that they can see each other and I can see them. And what we'll do is have our show and tell. So be looking around all week for things that start with J. Now you can have several, but on the live thing we might only have time for one. But if you find a couple small things, then if we have time, we will allow you to share more than one. So things you're looking for all week are the letter J. Okay, not G. And sometimes you're a little confused because G sometimes does say J, like in giant or Giovanna. But we're looking for the J and J. So jelly, jam, jellyfish, jaguar, a Jeep. I know some of you probably have a Jeep. I'm pretty sure there's a Paw Patrol that runs around in a Jeep. All right, so when you're finished with watching the video and typing in the things that you need to type in with your parents, then I have uploaded the J picture, which you can color very neatly for me. And of course, on the back, your name. Very important for you to keep working on writing your name. We had worked really hard with some of you, so I don't want you to forget how to work on your name. Parents, if you want to put a box, so let me show you what I was doing to teach them space. So on the back of their J paper, after they've colored it very nicely, and they usually trace the J's on the front with their crayons or pencils, then on the back of the paper, I would put a box, all right, like this, especially those that have really long names. And I was working on having them put their name in the box. So they're starting to learn about space, all right. If you notice that they do one letter really well and they're ready for the next one, then I encourage you to go ahead and let them write the next letter as well and keep working until they get their whole name pretty good in that box. All right, I'm not really worried about capital and small letters at this point. More about space and recognition of space inside the box is what I'm working on. Some of them I did teach them the capital is first letter and then the small letters to follow. So if that's the way they're doing it, then don't change it. If they're working on the capitals only, then don't change that. When they get to AK next year, that will all switch and she'll work with them more carefully on the writing. Right now, I'm more concerned with space plus pencil control, seeing how well they can control the pencil and write the letters on their own in order. Okay, so if you notice they missed a letter, remind them you missed a letter. And this is something they can practice anytime. You can get them a piece of paper. I'm not really working on line papers right now, more of the box. So I'm bringing it down smaller and smaller until they can get on the line without any problems. All right, so those are some things that you can work on anytime if they have some extra time and they really want to do it. Even if you have a whiteboard or a chalkboard and they're writing their names, the letters in order, saying the names of the letters. It's important that they know the names of the letters in their name. And you can also work on the sounds. So those are some good skills that they could be working on without my help. So writing their name in the space box, practicing the letters that are in their name, and also the sounds. So keep up the good work. And I look forward to our next phonics lesson on Wednesday, and then that live show and tell on Friday, which will be so much fun.